हेलो। हेलो मैम।
হ্যালো।
ম্যাম আপনার ভয়েসই তো আসছিল না।
আচ্ছা, কতক্ষণ অবধি মানে শুনতে পাওনি?
আমি তো ম্যাম
এই
একটু বাইরে গেছিলাম, আমি তো এসে দেখি ভয়েস আসছে না, আমি জানি না কতক্ষণ হচ্ছে এটা।
ম্যাম প্রায়
লাস্ট
প্রথম
কত
থেকেই
অবধি
তো শুনছি।
দেখেছিলে? উইং প্রেশার শুনতে পেয়েছিলে?
আমি লাস্ট 2-3 মিনিট আগে এসেছি, আমি ছিলাম না, আমি বাইরে
আচ্ছা,
গেছিলাম,
বাকিরা?
এসে দেখি
ম্যাম,
সাউন্ড।
প্রথম থেকেই প্রায় শুনতে পাইনি তো।
হ্যাঁ, আচ্ছা, বাকিরা কেউ একটু রেসপন্ড করো।
কেউ ম্যাম হয়তো এতে লিখেছে ম্যাম, ওই চ্যাট বক্সে দেখুন একটু।
নীলাদ্রি, হোল টাইম তো হোল টাইমে আমাকে বলনি কেন একবারও? এ কি, আমি তো আমার মতো পড়িয়ে যাচ্ছি।
ম্যাম বুঝতে পারছিলাম না, আমরা ভেবেছিলাম আমাদের কোনো প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, কিন্তু
আপনার
তারপর আমি
ভিডিওটা মনে হয় পজের মতো হয়েছিল ম্যাম, কিছুটা আমরা হয়তো
মানে একদম
আমি
প্রথম
দেখে
থেকেই
বললাম।
কি?
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, একদম প্রথম থেকে। মানে আপনি অন করেছেন তখন থেকেই কোনো সাউন্ডই নেই, শুধু ছবিটাই আসছে, মানে ছবিটাই এলো তো জাস্ট এই পর্যন্ত।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে, নো প্রবলেম, নো ইস্যু। আমি আহ, মানে এটা কন্টিনিউ করছি।
ওকে ওকে।
যারা হুম হুম, ওকে। আচ্ছা, okay, so good afternoon everyone. I have to continue this again. So this at this part, so we have already discussed about the forces acting on the gravity dam, where the water pressure, the pressure due to water, the weight of dam, the uplift pressure, the pressure due to seismic force, and the wave pressure. These forces has been already discussed, which generally subjected to the gravity dam. So we will discuss about the rest of the forces at the gravity dam. So the our today's topic is about the initial one is about discussing about the ice pressure. Well, as we know that when a water body or a water molecule gets converted into the ice, what happens? There will be an expansion, or there will be a increment of volume, right? So due to that increment of volume, a extra pressure can be exerted without or apart from the water pressure already, which is subjected to the gravity dam. Mean, just look at this picture. See, in this scenario, if this water surface, what happens actually, that ice formation doesn't happen to throughout the whole depth of the water. It actually occurs at the surface, or some of, if amount some of the amount, or the sum of the depth of the water level, it just reaches that amount. So what happens, due to that ice, a certain amount of volume will be increased. So that increment of volume, or that expansion, uh, expansion will exert a force toward this length, of the dam. Just a minute. Toward this length of the dam. So we will have to calculate that ice pressure. So here it says that coefficient of thermal expansion. Well, coefficient of thermal expansion of concrete, we have studied it in our concrete technology class. So in the time of considering the ice pressure, that coefficient of thermal expansion of ice is 5 times more than concrete. Okay. The next point says that the dam face has to resist that force due to expansion of ice. So apart from the water storage, or that static state of the water pressure which is exerted to that body, we have to also calculate the ice pressure as well. Well, this force acts linearly along the length of dam. Well, that force, that ice formation will occur at the surface, mostly at the surface of this water level. So this will exert a force at this or the length, the way to the length of the dam.
মানে পিপিটি কোন পেজ শো করছেন ম্যাম?
Hello?
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, উনি পিপিটিতে কোন পেজ শো করছেন?
কোন পেজ?
হ্যাঁ, পিপিটিটা কি ফার্স্ট পেজেই আছে?
না, একটা
না কিন্তু
ডায়াগ্রাম।
ফার্স্ট পেজে তো ফিক্সড হয়ে আছে পিপিটিতে।
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, আমাদেরও।
এখন তো থার্ড পেজ দেখাচ্ছিলাম, দাঁড়াও কি যে হয়।
এটা ম্যাম পজ হয়ে ছিল বলেই কেউ বলছিল না হয়তো, মানে আপনি হয়তো চালু করেননি।
দাঁড়াও দাঁড়াও, but is it visible right
ma'am,
now?
ice
I'm
picture.
showing a picture.
আইস প্রেসার দেখাচ্ছে।
একটা ডায়াগ্রাম দেখা, একটা পিকচার দেখা যাচ্ছে কি ড্যামের?
না ম্যাম, আইস প্রেসার লেখা আছে। নাও নাও নাও, ঠিক আছে।
Okay.
Yes ma'am.
Okay, fine. So that ice pressure will be exerted toward that length of the dam. So it have to be calculated. So here it says that according to IS 6512/1984 recommends that 250 kilonewton per meter square applied to the face of dam over the anticipated area of contact of ice with the face of dam. Well, it says that according to this IS recommendation, almost 250 kilonewton per meter square force will be exerted by the ice at the dam structure should be accounted. Okay, so almost, just imagine, almost 250 kilonewton per meter square mean almost 25,000 kilonewton kg, 25,000 kg force will be exerted per meter square area. So that amount of value or that amount of force should be calculated as for ice pressure, accounting the ice pressure. Okay, so the next, just a minute. So the next type of pressure we will study about is silt pressure. Well, here, as we know that from the river, that river or any water actually brings a various kind of solid particle or a debris or a silt material, whatever. So we are not aware of the type of that solid particle. So what happens, we have to calculate that deposition silt. See what happens, that silt or that solid particle may get deposited in this manner. So it will create that a triangular profile. So we have already calculated the pressure or the intensity due to that triangular profile in previous pressure calculation, water pressure calculation. So similarly here, that calculation has been expressed where PS is named as silt pressure equal to half into gamma dash A square. Well, half into gamma dash A square, well, the area of that triangular is half into base. Base is our gamma dash into h, that h into height, mean into H. So what is gamma dash? Gamma dash is the submerged unit weight of the silt into H square into 1 minus sine phi divided by 1 plus sine phi. See, here you have studied this part or this fraction in your foundation engineering class. So it was in a Rankine's formula. So in order to calculate the active earth pressure, you needed to utilize this expression. So here similarly for that reason, this expression has been multiplied with that pressure intensity, where phi is the angle of internal friction. Okay. So here, in the absence of and reliable data for the type of silt that is going to be deposited, USBR recommendations may be adopted. So we do not know the type of silt material, right, which may come from the water body or the water flow. So according to the USBR recommendation, they said that silt pressure should be taken as equivalent to a fluid force, a fluid exerting force. So we will convert that silt pressure to equivalent to a fluid pressure actually. Okay, so with a unit weight, just a minute. Can you able to see the slide which I am showing right now? Please respond me.
ম্যাম আইস প্রেসারের স্লাইডটা শো করছে
স্লাইড নাম্বার 4 ওখানেই শো করছে আইস প্রেসার।
আচ্ছা দাঁড়াও, এই স্লাইডটা মানে ফুল স্ক্রিন না করলে এবার দেখতে পাচ্ছ আমি একটা স্লাইড নাম্বার 7 শো করাচ্ছি।
এবার এসছে।
Okay, okay. So now, according to USBR recommendation, they said that the silt pressure can be calculated or can be taken as equivalent to fluid exerting a force. So in that case, the unit weight equal to 3.6 kilonewton per meter in horizontal direction should be taken, and a vertical force with unit weight 9.2 kilonewton per meter cube should be taken. So here in this slide, see, the formula was half into gamma dash into H square. So here gamma dash for horizontal force should be counted to be, see, 3.6 kilonewton per meter cube. So here gamma dash should be 3.6 into H square by 2, which will give me 1.8 square kilonewton per meter run. And similarly for vertical force, we should put the 9.2 value at the place of gamma dash, and we will get 4.6 H square kilonewton per meter. But basically what happens that for the gravity dam design, the silt pressure is often neglected. Why? Because that silt load doesn't get deposited in a very initial time of the construction of the dam. It gradually deposited with the time. Okay, so by the time it becomes significant, it gets consolidated to some extent and therefore acts like a fluid. So it not always be or it not always act like a total rigid body. So it may get deposited with the water quite often. So moreover, silt deposited in the reservoir is somewhat impervious, and therefore actually in contrary, that silt deposition may help to minimize the uplift pressure under the dam. So that is why, just because this silt deposit may help to reduce external pressure, mean the uplift pressure, so this pressure consideration is often neglected due to that. Okay, the next kind of pressure is the wind pressure. Well, it is a minor force acting on dam. Well, the participation of wind pressure is quite minor, so that if that wind gust or any kind of wind speed create a wave pressure, so that may get impacted to the gravity dam design. Okay, so we have to keep it in our mind. So it is a minor force acting on dam, acts on superstructure of dam, and normally wind pressure is taken as 1 to 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. So solely the wind speed only hitting the dam is considered to be more generally minor, and it should be considered as 1 to 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, so up to this, the total wind pressure the total forces acting on the gravity dam, these are the forces we should concentrate on. So next is the very important parameter or the factor, which is the combination of loading for design. Well, so here we have to actually make a combination. So as per IS recommendation, IS 6512/1984, they have recommended a combination, loading combination. Well, gravity dam design shall be based on the most adverse condition. So by combining various kind of loadings with each other, if we get the worst case or worst scenario or the worst load, so we can pick up that adverse condition and design to resist that scenario. Okay, so here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so these are the segment which has been made out to create that combination. So let us read about that. So the first load combination is A, load combination A, which comes under the construction condition. Well, in construction condition, these are the criterion which should be accounted are that the dam completed but no water in reservoir and no tailwater. So when there is only a sole dam structure is resting over the foundation without having any water stored at the upstream side or the downstream side, in that condition a load combination A should be calculated. Next load combination comes is B. So here it says it is a normal operating condition. Mean, what does that normal operating condition means? This means that the full reservoir elevation mean in bracket or top of the gate at creased, at the normal dry weather, tailwater, normal uplift, ice and silt if applicable. So these uplift pressure, ice pressure, silt pressure, the tailwater at the normal dry weather condition, this has to be considered in the load combination B, represented as normal operating condition. Next load combination C says that it says the flood discharge condition, mean the reservoir of maximum flood pool elevation, when all the gates are open, tailwater are also at flood elevation, and normal uplift and silt if it is applicable. So this criterion comes under the load combination C. Under load combination D, what does it in this category, what comes? Well, it is a combination A, mean the construction condition plus earthquake we have to consider under combination D. Well, under combination E, we have to consider combination B, mean the normal operating condition with earthquake but no ice pressure. Okay. Under combination F, combination C mean flood discharge condition but with extreme uplift pressure where the drainage is inoperative. The drainage gallery I have shown while the calculation of the uplift pressure, right? So that drainage condition is inoperative. So that in that combination, we have to calculate this. And the last combination says combination G, which comes with combination E, mean the construction condition plus earthquake pressure, but with no ice pressure, but with extreme uplift where drainage is inoperative. So these are some load combination prescribed by IS recommendation IS 6512/1984 have to calculate. So in order to get the adverse condition on which we can work upon. Okay, so these are the total discussion of the forces acting on the gravity dam and the load combination. So is there any question? So you may ask. Is there any queries? Okay. So